Jerome, brace yourself this afternoon and your first 2 competitive goals in a Whitby Town shirt. I'm sure you'll be delighted with performance.
Yeah, overall it's a team result, but you know, after coming off of two home defeats, you know, I think it's what the lads needed, and you know, we put the work in training, and to come to a team like this, you know, on a difficult surface, so it's a good result. It's a good result, yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of you know, how you've settled into the side, or pre-season you had a couple of cameo appearances, got a hat-trick against Fisherman's, that was a while back, then handed your first night against Works up last week, and probably really one of the most difficult games you could have been thrown into on that one.
Yeah, but look, listen, it's a lot of competition for places, we've got a really good squad, you know, the gaffer likes to rotate, and you know, you just got to be there to take your chance when it comes, you know, coming on and getting the assist and 2 goals, you know, as I said, the most important result is to win the game, but you know, to contribute, it's always a bonus.
Yeah, and in terms of, you know, how it panned out for you this afternoon, not in the start 11, but that injury to Brad Fewster, it gave you that opportunity to come on, and it felt like, in a way, that with the game, the way the game was going, your sort of presence up there was what perhaps changed the game a bit in Whitby's favour.
Yeah, look, it's the same thing, you know. As I say, we've got competition places. You know, it's almost a like-for-like swap. You know, the team doesn't get any weaker, whoever we bring on in what position. You know, Brad came on against Worksop, scored and did really well, so he got the start, and then, you know, just to come on and contribute the way that I did, I'm buzzing. But you know, as I say, it's always a team result. If I can contribute, then that's always a bonus.
Yeah, and you know, 2 tidy finishes from there, and that second one in particular, on the back of that free kick, was that something that you were expecting? Now, expecting the ball to go into the box?
as I've seen Junior on it, you know, Junior's like, it's always an inside on that left and then a strike. But when he stepped back to Alfie, I was just waiting for the seconds really, but I don't think he could call it as clean as he would have liked. It was just more instinctive finish. But yeah, buzzing with the 2 goals.
Yeah, and we already touched on the competition in there, but we've seen, you know, Connor Simpson in the early weeks of the season, very similar player to yourself. He had a good spell, but it you know, gives Nathan plenty of headaches in there, which I'm sure is something that's welcome in that attacking area.
Yeah, exactly. You know, me and Sim are similar type of players, and then you've got Junior and Fewster as well. You know, there's all loads of different systems that you can play with, like with the front 4 that we've got there. And it gives teams who we come up against not really an idea of what we're going to do, and I think that's what the gaffer and the staff want, to be unpredictable. So it's hard to figure out when they're on the pitch who's going to be playing, what system we're going to be playing, and I think all in all it benefits us as a team if teams don't know how to figure us out.
Yeah, and in terms of the early season form, you know, mentioned on the road now, 3 games, you know, 3 wins as well. Just the home form that slightly let us down in those early weeks, but I'm sure that's something that you'd be keen to work on and improve.
Yeah, it'll come. You know, 3 really good away results as well with Marine and Guiseley. You know, what's that? 6 goals that away. You know, don't get much better than that. 10 in 3 games. So the lads are doing really well. It's just the blips in form in the home games, but you know, we work on it in training all the time to get that sorted out, and I'm sure that you know, coming onto the game on Friday against Gull, you know, we're looking for a result there and just to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be all about. They're getting a very different type of game down there, and it's always challenging going to places like Gull, where, you know, lower league and quite an open ground. You're not quite sure what maybe going to expect in that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a scrappy game. You know, I've been to their ground before. It's a wobbly pitch. It's not going to be a very pretty game, but you know, you get those games even in this league. Never mind playing teams in the league below. So we've got to be up for that. I'm sure they will be, but as I say, we want to win the game. We want to keep the momentum going and take it into the league form as well.
I thought it was strong.